Welcome in, guys and girls. Today I just wanted to talk about gambling and the effects that has had on TCG prices. Because I'm going to keep it real. Gambling has been the reason that TCG prices are not going down. And this is Pokemon, Magic, One Piece, everything. Gambling is the reason for all this. It's the end all be all of all these companies. They want to get people addicted. And that's the thing. When people are addicted to their product, they make money. And they'll be all. They want this stuff to be sold at high prices because then people chase it and pay MSRP or more, or the prices. Now we know that's how a booster pack works, right? You open it up, you go for the chase, you're going for the alt art, you're going for the SIR, you're going for the Moonbreon, the Sunbreon, any of these huge chase cards. That's what people want, is the chase card. When they flip through a pack, they're not caring to look at the uncommons, the commons. It's because most people, I know the collector term gets thrown around and people are like, you're not a collector, you're not a collector. Most people don't care about the uncommons and commons because they're looking for the chase. They're looking for the pull the slot machine. That's all booster packs are, is slot machines for ultimately kids, which is kind of crazy that we allow it, but even then, it's still another slot machine version for adults. People are always going to be chasing those, and there's not much we can do about it. I mean, ultimately, there's no laws or anything like that. But because there's a lot of people that like gambling, and a lot of states are now allowing sports gambling and regular gambling, it's become normalized. It's normal for people to spend a couple $100s on sports gambling or going to the casino, or heck, even now TCG products. I've had, and this is anecdotal, but I've had most of the people that buy stuff from me, if I do have it, are friends that are like, hey, you got some booster packs? I'm like, yeah, I'll sell them back to you. I had some that I was just keeping them sealed, and they open them because they're chasing whatever they're chasing. Like, it's anecdotal, but most people I have sold stuff to in local area, always opening it. I've never seen anyone keeping it sealed or being, I'm gonna invest in it. It's opening, it's gambling most of the time. So pretty interesting to see for sure, because it's very unregulated. And this is why prices keep going up, mind you. This is why the prices keep going back up, even though it's like, oh, they're printing more. It's because the gambling demand is just too much. We see this in CSGO cases. CSGO cases, everyone thought, oh, they're going back to 3 cents. They're being dropped more than ever. There's peak player play. There's the most amount of players playing the game ever. And yet the prices keep going up because more and more people want the $10,000 gloves. They want the $20,000 Gamma Doppler Sapphire or whatever it is. I said Gamma Emerald. It's the same thing with Pokemon, unfortunately. The gamblers are always going to gamble, which means the price will always either stay. It might drop down. I think it'll be tough, especially with the amount of people that now know about it. Investing it goes up, so I think it'll be tough for it to ever go back down to how it was before. But we'll have to see how it works out. But it's going to keep going up, even in short term, because I don't think people realize that if something's this in demand and has something that valuable in it, people are going to want to spend money on it. It's just how it works. And as you can kind of tell, this is all a cycle, both the Pokemon market and the cycle of packs. It's like you start up here, the packs are $5. Chase Inside is worth, Sunbreon, we'll give an example, it's worth $1,500. People open all the packs that are $5 trying to chase this $1,500 card because everyone wants the $1,500 card. Packs go up in price because now all the $5 packs are eaten through, so now it's $7 packs. People are still chasing it. The Moonbreon gets more expensive because it's hard to hit. It's just a cycle. Just like the Pokemon market goes through cycles, packs are basically a self-fulfilling prophecy as long as this chase is still expensive. Once the chase can go down in price, people don't want to open as much. So I think that's where, if you're wanting stuff to get cheaper, you gotta hope for the singles to go down enough to where it's reasonable. Even a $1,000 Moonbreon is still, or Sunbreon is still gonna be making prismatic hard to get your hands on, because people are gonna, one, if they see it in store, they're gonna immediately want to open it because they don't see it very often, which means it's gonna be cleared on shelves. I don't think it sits on store shelves like Shining Fates did. Like, if you look at the sets, the sets are not the same. Shining Fates has one Charizard. I mean, Prismatic has hundreds, or not hundreds, it has several cards worth hundreds. I just don't think it's gonna sit at MSRP, and if it does, it won't be for super long. It's just one of those things. It's gonna be tough, but it's basically a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's just gonna go in a circle every single time, and it'll drive prices back up. Even if Pokemon's printing to utmost capacity, which it seems like they're starting to, it is just tough for the prices to just sit at MSRP for a set that has this much expensive stuff in it. Even if the card drops back down to $500, $300, $200, it's still more expensive than, say, Shining Fades. It's still more expensive than almost most cards. I'm trying to think, like Greninja's and Pikachu is kind of like 200-ish, 250-ish. It's still around that price. I just can't see it dropping below a certain point, you know what I mean? Another gambling aspect you have to worry about is now social media, breakers, rip and ships. They're everywhere. They're so prevalent. They are in every facet, it feels like, of social media right now. You can't go, I mean, Nostalgianomics does rip and ships. Everyone does rip and ships now. And because of that, they're buying all the packs at MSRP because they're trying to sell them. And two, it's just FOMO. You're on a rip and ship stream, you see somebody pull the Charizard, 100%. You're going in thinking, I can do that too. Somebody else has gotten lucky, I can do it too. That drives demand, that increases FOMO. People are now wanting it. Like they're wanting to be a part of the experience. And because it's a community thing of, you know, even say 10 people are in a stream, suddenly somebody else might want to go in because they want to experience what the other person probably just experienced. It's in our brains. It's just how humans work. It's just how things happen. It's the FOMO is real. That's, you know. Now with this gambling bubble, it's more so going to be a, how does this get fixed? I think obviously hype driving the market is not healthy, not whatsoever. But how do you fix it? You just gotta have to wait for prices to go down. Once the chases aren't, you know, $1,000 each, they'll go back down. They'll go, like, this stuff goes in a circle. It'll go back down. And once people aren't gambling as much on it, that's when the price, then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy the other way. Once people aren't gambling as much on it, the prices go down because not as many people are wanting it. The prices, you know, not as many people are opening the $7 packs, so they're dropping prices back to $5. Nobody people are, you know, it'll go in a circle. It's self-fulfilling every single time. So, I mean, some things will just have more demand. I think Prismatic, it's harder for that to be in the self-fulfilling prophecy of like going down a ton, even if it's printed a bunch, just because not everyone will ever own an Umbreon or Sombreon. So it's tougher for it to be like, oh, I already have that card, I'm not gonna pull it. I've seen so many people with like 151 be like, I've already pulled the Charizard, I don't need to open anymore. I pulled my Chase or whatever. It's a smaller set. But with Prismatic, most people haven't pulled an SR, haven't pulled the card they're looking for. And that's just, you know, gonna keep at least Prismatic, I think, on the upper end. I think it'll be a $70 ETB. I don't think it'll ever hit MSRP. Realistically, it's just, there's too much demand for it unless they're printing it to literally obscene amounts. But even then, if it drops to MSRP, you have all the people who are hyper shilling and stuff like that who are probably going to be buying in. I mean, it's a deep set. Realistically, it's got so many things that are desirable. I know a lot of guys don't get it, but a lot of girls I talk to who are in the Pokemon scene love an evolution. Maybe not all of them. They have one evolution they love. Glaceon, Umbreon, Sylveon, Leafeon. Like, one of them they enjoy. And because of that, it has a very huge appeal to both men and women, more so than other sets. So I just don't see it dropping anytime soon, at least to MSRP like that. So yeah, that's where I kind of wanted to close off. I know I've been yapping a whole bunch today. This is probably going to be my first video on the channel. So if you like it, go ahead and leave a like. I'll try and get like more background stuff, so you're not staring at a white wall here, which I don't know, is cool. But yeah, I mean, there's not much we can do about it. I say if you're not able to get stuff at MSRP, try and pick up singles. I sell a lot of singles. You know, they're easy to find. If you go on Whatnot, you can get crazy good deals on singles for certain cards if you look hard enough. I promise you can find good deals on stuff. That's where I get a lot of my stuff that I want for my personal collection. Tricos, Grovyle, Sceptiles, Trainers, the whole thing. You can find good deals. You just have to be looking for them. So in the end, there's not a whole lot the individual person can do besides just buy singles, buy the cards you want, If you don't want to be a part of the gambling fueled hype cycle, just wait it out. Eventually it will start to normalize to a point. I don't think it will be anytime soon, but I think eventually Prismatic will be about $70. That's when you can buy in and you can be like, I paid a good price for this. And even then, you know, I think 3-5 years from now, Prismatic is gonna be a $200 ETB, like realistically. I mean, we'll have to see, but I just don't think, because of how all the stuff's going on right now with shops being sold it for way too much by distribution, and I just don't think it's going to drop anytime soon. I think it's going to go sideways for at least a couple months. But anyway, that's pretty much it for today. Just talking about the gambling problems and what's fueling this market in reality is gambling. It's kind of nobody wants to talk about it, but I figured I'd just talk about it today. So appreciate it if you could drop a like and subscribe. Be awesome. Appreciate you.